Hello, lovely people. We are back with chapter 20. And this one is the authority of Jesus questioned. The authority of Jesus questioned. Chapter 20, Luke. Luke. Here we go. One day, as Jesus was teaching the people in the temple court and proclaiming the good news, the chief priests and the teachers of the law gathered with the elders and came up to him. "Tell us, by what authority are you doing these things?" they said. "Who gave you this authority?" He replied, "I will also ask you a question. Tell me, John the Baptist, was it from heaven or was it from human origin?" They discussed it among themselves and said, "If we say from heaven, he will ask, 'Why didn't you believe him?' But if we say human origin, all of us will stone all the people will stone us because they are persuaded that John was the prophet." So they answered, "We don't know where it's from." Jesus said, "Neither will I tell you by what authority I am doing these things." He went up to tell the people this parable. A man planted a vineyard, rented it to some farmers, and went away for a long time. At harvest time, he sent of at harvest time he sent to the tenants so that they would give him some of the fruit of the vineyard. But the tenants beat him and sent him away empty-handed. When he sent another servant, but that one also they beat and treated shamefully and sent him away empty-handed. He sent still a third, and they wounded him and threw him out. Then the owner of the vineyard said, "What shall I do? I will send my son whom I love. Perhaps they will respect him." But when the tenants saw him, they talked in the matter over. They talked the matter over. "This is the heir," they said. "Let's kill him, and the inheritance will be ours." So they threw him out of the vineyard and killed him. What then will the owner of the vineyard do to them? He will come and kill those tenants and give the vineyard to others. When the people heard this, they said, "God forbid." Jesus looked directly at them and asked, "Then what is the meaning of that which is written? The stone the builder rejects has become the cornerstone. Everyone who falls on the stone will be broken into everyone who falls on the stone will be broken to pieces. Anyone on whom it falls will be crushed." The teacher of the law and the chief priest looked for a way to arrest him immediately because they knew he had spoken these parables against them, but they were afraid of the people. Keeping close to watch on him, they sent spies who pretended to be sincere. They hoped to catch Jesus in something he said, that they might hand him over to the power and the authority of the governor. So the spies questioned him. "Teacher, we know that you speak, and teacher, what is right and that you do not show partially, but teach the way of God in accordance with the truth. It is right for us to pay taxes to Caesar or not. He went through, excuse me, he went through their duplicity and said to them, "Show me a denarius. Whose image and subscription is on it?" "Caesar," they replied. He said to them, "Give back to Caesar what is Caesar's. Give to God what is God's." They were unable to trap him in what he said there in public, and astonished by his answer, they became silent. Some of the Sadducees, who said there is no resurrection, came to Jesus with a question. "Teacher," they said, "Moses wrote for us that if a man's brother dies and leaves a wife and no children, the man must marry the widow and raise the offspring for his brother. Now there were 7 brothers. The first one married a woman and dies childless. The second one, and then the third one marries her, and then the same all down to the 7th died, leaving no children. Finally, the woman dies too. Now then, at resurrection, whose wife will she be, since the 7 were married to her?" Jesus replied, "The people of this age marry and are given in marriage, but those who are considered worthy of taking part of the age to come and in the resurrection from the dead will neither marry nor be given in marriage, and they can no longer die, for they are like an angel. They are God's children. Since they are children of the resurrection, but in accordance of the burning bush, even Moses showed that the dead raised, and he calls the Lord of God Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. He is not the God of the dead, but the living. For to him all are alive. So the teacher of the law responded, "Well," he said, So some of the teachers of the law responded, Well said, teacher," and no one dares to ask him any more questions. Then Jesus said to them, "Why is it said that the Messiah is the son of David? David himself declared in the book of Psalms, 'The Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool at your feet.' David calls him Lord. How can this be the son of David?" Well, all the people were listening. Jesus said to his disciples, "Beware of the teachings of the law. They like to walk around in flowing robes and love to be greeted with respect in the marketplace and have the most important seats in the synagogue and the place of honor at the banquet. They devour widows' houses and for a show make lengthy prayers. These men will be punished most severely. Chapter 20.